Lee Yongdae and Yu Young-sung up against the 2013 winners of this event, 2013 champions here as well, Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan. So before our next final, while the entertainment continues here in Putra Stadium, a chance for us to look at the Destination Dubai mixed doubles standings after the first two events. And I can tell you, if Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei were to win today's final, they will go up in the world rankings. Go back up to #1. In fact, if they lose today's final, they will only go up 2 places to #3. So it is a repeat of the Olympic mixed doubles final from London 2012. Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei up against the defending champions here in Malaysia, the #3 seed Chen and Ma Jin. Slightly pensive looking Zhao Yunlei. This will be her 3rd final here at the Malaysia Open. Of course, not only has she and her partner won the mixed doubles before, that was 3 years ago in 2012, when they beat their opponents of today in the final, incidentally. 3 years ago, but she's also won the women's doubles back in 2011, playing with Tiang Ching.
Umpire Mai Lang Yen, Vietnam. Service judge Lao Chen, Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, mixed doubles finalists, Zhang Nan, Zhao Yunlei, China.
the world and Olympic champions, the #1 seeds Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei.
2015 champion, BWF Destination Dubai World Super Series Final 2014 champion, Yonex Sunrise Hong Kong Open 2014 champion. Their opponents, from China, Chen and Ma Jin.
Last year's champions, Chen and Ma Jin, Olympic silver medalists, two-time World Championship silver medalists on the last two World Championships. Ma Jin, of course, is a former world champion herself, having won the title with Zheng Bo. 2010 Paris, she won the gold medal. Carolina Marin, the world women's singles champion, watches before she goes to the warm-up courts and prepares for her final. Of course, her final is the 4th of the afternoon. Well, I think Chen and Ma Jin won the toss, and I think it was decided that Ma Jin was going to serve. And we're not going to repeat our discussion of the other day when we don't understand that, when there's got to be a difference in the stadium between ends. It's a natural occurrence of air movement. So to the world #1s, well, they've the #1 seeds, they've lost their world #1 spot. Down one place to #2. The 2012 winners were the All England champions at the beginning of the One Super Series tournament, the only tournament they played of 2015. As far as their path through to today's final, well, the pair they beat in the All England final, they beat in the semi-final here, the #4 seeds, Tontoy Ahmad and Liliana Nasir. And that was the only time they were taken the full distance. The #6 seeds in the quarterfinal, Go Sung Hyung and Kim Ha Na. So they've looked impressive. Two Dutch pairs in the first two rounds. Good to see the Netherlands doing well. They were doing well in the women's doubles as well, weren't they? Pair from Holland. So to their opponents, the defending champions, the #3 seeds, Chen and Ma Jin. And they're currently #4 in the world ranking, the 3rd Chinese pair, because Liu Cheng and Bao Yixin have moved up to #3. They surprisingly lost first round of the All England Championships to Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto, hence their year win-loss record. Well, they've been taken the full distance in the quarterfinal against Mads Culling and Camilla Reuter-Juhl. But yesterday in the semi-final against the pair that's gone above them in the world ranking, their teammates, the #7 seeds, Liu Cheng and Bao Yixin, they were given a walkover, which was disappointing for the fans here at Putra Stadium. Well, this, as you can see, is the 21st meeting between these two pairs, and the last meeting was in the final of the 2014 Hong Kong Open. 2 straight games, and I can tell you that one of the 2 wins by Chen and Ma Jin was when their opponents retired injured, so really overwhelming dominance by the world and Olympic champions against their teammates. Mai Lang Yen of Vietnam are on par for this, and Lau Cheng Lia of Malaysia, our service judge. Well, before the match gets underway, another interesting statistic. Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei have won the last 15 encounters, not just the last one that we showed you there on our statistics.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Zhang Nan, Zhao Yunlei, China. And on my left, Chen, Martin, China. Martin to serve to Zhang Nan, level, play.
So the defending champions here at the Maybank Malaysia Open. Chen and Ma Jin getting this mixed doubles final underway. Now that is a huge statistic, isn't it? 21st meeting between these two pairs, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, in the all-blue kit, having won the last 15. But what's interesting is that this is the 10th time that these two pairs are meeting in a final, which, oh, service fault call, struck above the waist, says our service judge. And the fact that they've met so often in finals, Ian, it just shows what status these two pairs have had over the last few years in world badminton in the mixed doubles discipline.
Yeah, certainly over the last 4 years they've been the top two pairs in the world. And the statistic, yeah, 18-2 tells a story, I know. But I've watched a few of those finals and they've produced some fantastic badminton between the four of them over the last 4 years. So I'm still really looking forward to this final. I'm a big fan of Ma Jin as a mixed player. I think she's a super player. I did watch the game when they lost in the first round of the All England. I know Chen's had his injury problems and there was a definite lack of confidence. But during this tournament, they seem to have been playing themselves back into form, and we can see there, looking a little bit more like his old self on attack.
Yeah. And he has got one of the most powerful smashes, hasn't he? He thunders that shuttle down. Just wide.
3-2.
Well, for Chen, this is his fourth final here at the Malaysia Open. Two mixed doubles finals, because of course they lost to their opponents of today back in 2012 and won last year, and he was also runner-up in the men's doubles going back to 2010. Do you remember that, Ian, when he was playing men's doubles with Guo Zhengdong?
I do remember that, actually, yeah. In fact, I think I might have been commentating on it.
Yeah, I think we might have been. Just long. And for Chen's partner Ma Jin, it's her fifth final here at the Malaysia Open, because she actually won the mixed doubles in 2011 with He Hanbin and reached the final of the women's doubles the year prior to that, 2010, playing with Wang Xiaoli. Lost out to Du Jing and Yu Yang in the final. So they're both vastly experienced here at this event. They must love it.
Yeah, well, they keep coming back. But there's a nice example of Ma Jin in the mix.
5-2.
She reads the game so well there, taking the pace off, creating the opportunity for a partner. It's really good. She's always got such good variety on the forecourt, I think.
Pushed it long.
Service ball. 3-5.
I'm fascinated to hear you talk about Ma Jin, Ian, because, you know, there's so much attention in world badminton on Zhao Yunlei, 2 Olympic gold medals in the London Olympics, first player ever to win 2 golds in the same Olympic Games,
Service ball.
2 gold medals at last year's World Championships in Copenhagen. Everybody focuses on her and her ability as a mixed doubles player, and especially as a front court player. And to hear you talk about Ma Jin, so I'm going to ask you the million-dollar question here. You know, if you had to pick, you know, which you think is better, not just by results. I mean, of course, that's obvious because Zhao Yunlei has won more gold medals in the big major events. But technically, from your perspective, are they on equal terms?
I really don't think there's a lot in it. I mean, over the years, I think margins, it's hard to say she's had a tough deal, but I mean, she doesn't seem to have always had the, maybe the pick of the partners. She's been used, particularly in ladies doubles, to bring on younger players, and she's done it really well. And it was a little bit the same in the mixed. I mean, Chen was playing more doubles at the time when they started playing this mixed, and she's certainly assisted in his development as a mixed player.
Yeah.
And I've just got a lot of respect for her tactically, her reading of the play, and I just think she's a very, very good all-round player.
No, that's a magnificent defensive shot. Yeah, I haven't got the exact stats in front of me, but I think that she's had something like 5 different women's doubles partners in the last 14 months or something.
Yeah, and even in the mixed doubles, I mean, you've already, you know, when you were giving her previous results, you've mentioned 3 mixed doubles partners as well, who she's had world-class results with. And, you know, that takes some doing.
Yeah, it's a very, very good point. There's a common denominator there, and it's margin.
Absolutely. Having said that, Zhao Yunlei, she's got the medals.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, she's had a more stable partnership. You know, she's come through, played a long time with Zhang Nan. She's had in the ladies doubles, she's had a good run with Chen, and you know, she's got great results, and she's, you know, on form and on results. She's been the best mixed player in the world over the last 4 years.
7-6.
It's quite unusual. It's quite unusual to see, Jill, both of the female players being faulted for short service early on in this match, which is unusual. We see them. I've seen both of them get faulted for flick serves in the past, but not so much on short service.
Yeah, there was a lovely sort of reverse slice shot there from Zhang Nan, keeping the shuttle straight. This one here would have been awfully easy to go cross-court, wouldn't it? Good judgment.
Service over. 9-7.
Oh, that was nice. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness me. Is Zhang Nan all right?
Seemed to land on his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, and slow to get up again. That's always a worrying sign, isn't it?
Yeah, he certainly didn't look comfortable when he went down there.
No.
Let's see. Oh, it's a real slip.
Mm.
Yeah, we could see the foot go away from him there. Went over on the ankle and also landed heavily on the shoulder.
Of course, 2 finals at the All England Championships for Zhang Nan this year. Oh, it's a super return of serve. Just guiding it in a downward direction, giving it enough pace that it's very awkward for the server to intercept. That's very well taken. That just emphasises your point about the quality of Ma Jin. As she and Xu Chen go to the mid-game interval with a 3-point advantage. Look at the way she finishes this one off. Racket arm outstretched, short, sharp motion of the racket head, bringing the shuttle down so quickly. 11-8 the advantage. Now, of course, there'll be no Chinese coaches involved. The Chinese coaches will leave the players to their own devices. Can't show favouritism by coaching one pair. What did you do, Ian, when you had players, your players, playing against each other in a final? Did you'd set up your video camera and watch as normal so that both pairs had the opportunity of watching, or do you just stay away?
No, we still did full analysis of the matches and gave feedback to all the players. It's important to keep that routine going of the analysis.
Zhang Nan there, the mixed doubles coach. Yep, sitting in the crowd, doing as you would do. Still down here to watch. No, it's just long. You know, there was a time last year, Ian, where I thought that Xu Chen looked as if he'd had enough of badminton. You know, he's 30 years of age now, and I thought that there was signs he was struggling with injury. He wasn't as quick as he used to be. I sort of thought, well, will they persist with this for the Olympic campaign, this pair? And I have to say, here in this tournament, I agree with you. I mean, he looks like a different player in comparison to the All England. Maybe he just had a bad day. We all have those, but you know, he's looking sharp again. He's looking as if he really, really wants it.
Well, he's had his injury problems, and the other thing here, Jill, it's nice to see him playing without any strapping. You know,
yeah.
You know, he's obviously, which obviously means he's, you know, he's confident again with the problems he's had. So I think he's always been someone on court who's been a bit of a character, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, he's always showed his emotions on court, and as you say, there was a time last year when he looked a little bit flat on court. But I think it was the little niggles and the injuries, and he was trying to play through them. Just lost confidence, I think.
Yeah. Plus, of course, he was busy getting married in June last year. Married Pan Pan, former women's doubles player. Oh, that's a good return of serve, isn't it? He's particularly good when he's in the right-hand court and it's served to the tee, and he can use that backhand action. Probably wise to vary it a bit and serve a little out wide. It's fabulous from Zhang Nan.
Yeah, bit of a gamble from Zhu Chen going cross-court there. Zhang Nan stepping up, just driving it into the space that was created straight. Yeah, it goes cross, opens up his own court. I think he knows what he's done.
We haven't had a challenge yet on finals day, have we?
Linesman doing a good job.
Yeah. Oh. Well, nothing you can do about that as the defending pair. Shuttle thundering off the top of the tape, going over.
sense since the mid-game interval. Zhang Nan looking to up the tempo a little bit, stepping onto the shuttle a little bit more, taking it earlier, creating more opportunities with the attack, and really going for it the last few points when he's getting that attacking opportunity.
Yeah. 5 of the last 6 points. Oh, service fault call, struck above the waist again.
14, 13.
Well, the hand signal was quite clear. All the service judges, there's a set of arm and hand signals to indicate to the player and to us exactly what the fault has been called for. Good defence. Yeah.
Yeah, good quality from both pairs in that rally. All 4 corners being used. Tactically, it's developing into a really interesting battle.
They've served to the tee again. I'm surprised about that.
Yeah, and they must know him so well. Played against him enough times in finals. Obviously trained with him consistently in the national centre. And he is very, very good from that right court, as you pointed out, Jill. From the backhand return of serve from the right court. That's his special.
Yeah, look at Zhang Nan. See how close he was up behind his partner for that little push shot. Very good indeed. Oh, that's landed well in. Yeah, he's leaving his partner vulnerable, though, with that cross-court shot, isn't he?
Well, the problem is the rally before he tried the straight push and Zhao Yunlei was on top of it and finishing the rally. And this time from the mid-court on his backhand side, he's gone cross and it's Zhang Nan that's there. He's got to come up with some better solutions than that from mid-court.
Well, this is the first time since they led 2-1 that the Olympic champions gone into the lead. Yeah. Zhao Yunlei just showing her capabilities from the back of the court.
17-15.
Zhang Nan doesn't worry about that at all. He knows how strong she is and therefore is prepared to look for that net rather than looking to get back out and again in court.
And also with him playing more men's doubles this year, I think he's gained a lot of confidence in the front court as well. He's very quick and very sharp at the front of the court.
Well, I think that may have been the longest rally of the match so far. Yeah, just sense a shift, don't you? Shift of momentum. All since that mid-game interval, really.
Yeah, yeah. There's been a concerted effort from Zhang Nan to step up the court, get control of the mid-court. He's created a lot of problems for Chen in those mid-court positions.
Oh, it's landed in. Was that a challenge? Did he raise his arm as a challenge? Yes, I think he did. Good. Oh, we're going to have a challenge. First challenge of finals day. Hawkeye will be asked to adjudicate the instant review system.
I think this is a hopeful one. This is more in hope than judgment, I think.
Yeah, so you instinctively thought it had landed in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're right as well.
It's maybe a timely challenge, though. As you say, momentum's turned against them. That challenge just gives them a little break, time to compose themselves, time to have a quick chat. Maybe think about changing the tactics a little bit.
Yeah, because there's still only 3 points in it. I mean, that's... Well, my maths is a bit far off, isn't it? It's 4 points in it. He's trying to up the tempo, Chen. I'm not convinced by that as a tactic, in all honesty. Oh, that's perfect, though. What a lovely shot.
Yeah, Margin showing all of her skill. Look, she's deep and out of position. Gets back up the court and then just plays that little fade block to the mid-court. That's great racket skill.
What a great serve. Even better return. Goodness me.
Yeah, he just spoke a little bit too soon there, Jill. That was fantastic. Because he was in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a super serve. We're going to see it here. He took that way below the net and was able to adjust, change his option, find the space. Fantastic skill.
Yeah, and that wonderful skill gives them 4 game point opportunities. The world and Olympic champions. Oh, and that's landed in. That's great skill too. 21-16. Yeah, and since that mid-game interval, really have dominated. Look at that. .23 minutes for that opening game. Well, I strongly suspect, Ian, I haven't calculated it, and it's only my opinion, so but I do think that win or lose, this pair we're looking at right now, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, will go back up to #1 after their performance here at the Malaysian Open. Because for their world ranking at the moment, they've only got 8 tournaments towards their world ranking.
Yeah. They'll certainly gain a lot from this, with the optimum number being 10. There are almost 3 points that they'll win here, with it being a Premier Super Series event. They get that extra bonus of those extra points as well.
Yeah, And there's no tournament results coming off this next week.
Yeah, the date of this tournament, of course, has changed with the new Super Series schedule for 2015. Whereas normally you'd have one tournament coming on and coming off at the same time. With the new dates this time, it's just changed things around a little bit.
Yeah. So one game to the goods. The world and Olympic champions and the defending champions. Last year's winners, Chen and Ma Jin, got their work cut out now. Yeah, trying a little bit of trickery there with trying to head the shuttle over. Certainly not allowed, but it's nice to see that sort of spirit. Yeah, still couldn't get it over. Ian, what have the defending champions got to do here if they want to turn this final around tactically, that is? Any changes?
It's a tough one. Zhang Nan started to play really well from the mid-game interval onwards. He was so dominant and looks really, really confident. I think Zhu Chen's got to step up the court a little bit more. He's tended to let the shuttle come to him a little bit on the mid-court in the first game. He's got to take the chance, step up the court on those mid-court situations, take it earlier, try and drive Zhao Yunlei off the net position.
Oh, well, they're saying she touched it. Asking the service judge. Well, the service judge can't make the call.
Well, I think she did touch it, I have to say.
Yeah.
There seemed to be a sound from the effects mic. Difficult to see from there.
2-1.
Well, there didn't appear to be anything there, to be fair. There was no movement of the shuttle, was there? As it went past the racket. That's a good serve.
3-1.
Oh, this is wide open court. Goodness me.
I don't think Ma Jin realised that her partner was out of position when she played the block. I don't think she would have played the block if she'd have known that he was in trouble. We'll see it here. The block, she gave him no chance. He didn't give it up though. Look how quickly he's up. He just can't quite get there.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't hurt himself. Lucky there's an escape route there from the court.
Lucky there was no coaches in the chair for the match. They could have been in trouble there. A little bit better. Took that a little bit earlier on the mid-court. He needs to move forward after it as well.
4-2.
That's good from Zhao Yunlei.
3-4.
Wasn't a bad serve from Ma Jin, but Zhao Yunlei got the skill to get it below tape height. They're on return and then steps up for the interception.
Yeah, no, that was a nice backhand from Zhu Chen.
Yeah, well, we saw he stepped up. He was moving onto the shuttle as he hit it, takes it earlier from above the net. We'll see it here. There you see he's moving forward. That's better.
Oh, service fault called. Well, by my count, that's the second time that she's been called a fault.
for Chen this time. It's just Zhang Nan to go now. The three have all been called. Missing a bit of precision with the block. It wasn't a bad idea. Just the execution wasn't good enough there, we see. And that's the main difference, Zhang Nan there. You can see he was moving forward onto that shuttle on the mid-court. That forces Zhou Chen just to take one backward step, and that's the difference.
Oh, there's the power play that we were talking about earlier. It really is a thunderous smash. Straight down the line.
Yeah, real power here. Look at that. Zhang Nan forced to almost take that behind him. Much better, much better. Stepped onto it. Straight push, got it going in a downward direction. The return came, used the full width of the court to win the point. Really good mix play there.
Service over, 7-all.
Yeah, again, just missing a little bit of skill from there, wasn't he? It was just a little bit too floaty, a little bit too slow, the push there from the backhand side, and that gave Zhao Yunlei the chance to intercept and use the space cross-court.
Service over, 8-7.
It's going in patches, isn't it? Patches between one pair playing really well and then the other pair plays really well. It's a good little spell at the moment by Zhou Chen and Ma Jin.
Difficult though, isn't it, Jill, when you know each other so well?
Yep.
You know, sometimes the game looks a little bit strange when you're watching from afar, but these players, they know each other so well, they're anticipating each other's shots, and you know, it accounts for maybe for one or two of the errors that we're seeing.
Well, it's interesting that last rally, the push deep into Zhou Chen's forehand corner again. That's twice in the last 3 rallies, I think they've exposed that.
Yeah, I mean, previous to that, they'd played 2 times to the mid-court and he was on top of it. So, you know, they've just changed the tactics. They know he's going to be standing waiting for that mid-court, and they've used the space cross-court. But again, it's knowledge of the opponent.
Oh, he's missed it. That's a pity. Oh, look at the strapping on his back.
Yeah, what we were saying about it. Nice to see him playing with no strapping.
Well, in fairness to you, Ian, we couldn't see that before. But look, that was such a lovely idea, wasn't it?
It was. It was unlucky, really. Super angle.
Yeah. 2 very, very powerful smashes again from Zhou Chen.
Yeah, at the moment, though, they're just not able to create enough opportunities for him to use the big smash, are they? Because when he is getting the opportunities, he's still able to get through. That's great power and penetration again.
So a 2-point advantage at the mid-game interval. And the defending champions are going to have to find a way to turn this around if they want to retain their title. Yeah, just relaxing perhaps with some music there. Katerina Marin. Men's singles, of course, will be the next final after this mixed doubles. Then it will be her final in women's singles.
I wonder if it's flamenco music, Jill. Well, no, I saw an interview with her the other week where she was saying if she hadn't been a badminton player, what would she want to be? And she said flamenco dancer.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And she's a big fan, apparently.
Yeah. I wanted to be a ballerina. I grew too big.
Well, I think you'd have had the same problems with your knees, Jill.
Oh, it's well taken.
Well, we saw it after the mid-game interval in the first game that Zhang Nan really stepped up for 4 or 5 points coming off the break. And it looks as though he's looking to do the same thing here.
12-9.
Perceivable increase in tempo from him there. So quick across the court.
Yes, in fact, in the opening game from the mid-game interval, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei actually won 13 of the next 18 points. And they really did win them. It was their brilliance.
That's good from Chen. One big smash. Force the opponents back into the defensive position, then just taking the pace off with the next one, changing, and the change of pace accounted for the lift down to the back of the court. It's clever play.
Oh yes, that's nice. It's interesting because given your comments right at the start of this match, Ian, about, you know, you're a big fan of Ma Jin, and not only was I very interested by that, but I've been watching and there's been more, I think, winning shots from the front of the court from Ma Jin than there has from Zhao Yunlei throughout this match so far.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's just a very, very talented player in my eyes. She's got great variety. She reads the game so well in the front court. But yeah, as I say, she's not really had maybe a run with the same partner for over a long period of time. She's been used to develop other players, and she's done that really well, I have to say.
Yeah. So that level, 12 all. Oh, no.
That's fantastic. Great angle, great control. Just going back to the margin point though, Jill, I would say the same about her ladies doubles as well. I think she's been one of the exceptional ladies doubles players over the last few years as well. But again, she's had so many different partners, and she has developed many of the players that are coming through now. But not really been given one partner over a sustained period of time where she can maybe pick up the medals and the titles.
Yeah, I can remember when she first came onto the scene. Of course, she was playing with Wang Xiaoli, became world #1s, and then, of course, after the Beijing Olympics, Wang Xiaoli was paired with Yu Yang because Du Jing retired. And so, yes, and after that, it's been nothing consistent as far as women's doubles pairs are concerned for her. It's a good point.
Again, great combination on the doubles, good understanding between them. Here we see the channeled attack and Zhao Yunlei. That's a speciality. When the shuttle's driven back, she's so quick on the interception. Steps off, takes the first one, then switches the direction with the second one to win the point.
Well, what were we saying? You know, Zhu Chen and Ma Jin were playing well. You get to 12 all, you think, right, we've got a real match here, and up steps the pace, especially of Zhang Nan.
Yeah, he's creating so many opportunities in the last few points for Zhao Yunlei. As a good male mixed player should do, he's making his partner look very good here.
Service off. 30, 60. Service off. 17, 30.
Time running out for the defending champions.
That's a wow factor, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the sound off the racket as well. This is brilliant. Look at that. That's great power.
14,
Allied, of course, to good precision and a great angle as well.
out. Service off. 18, 14.
Oh, yeah, huge gap.
And that's the difference. Zhu Chen not as comfortable on the forecourt. When Zhao Yunlei's doing a similar sort of thing at the other end, Zhang Nan's got the confidence to stay in. But look at Zhu Chen, he wants to get away from that net position.
Yeah. So 2 points away from their second Malaysia Open title. Gone long. Match point opportunities to regain the title that they won 3 years ago.
20, match point 14.
Crikey, did do well to get out of the way of that.
Yeah, it was coming at her pretty quickly. Oh, good reactions.
Yeah, very good. Match point for the world and Olympic champions. First opportunity is converted. 21-16, 21-14 in 44 minutes. Their confirmation of the score. And in their 29th Super Series tournament final, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei win a 23rd Super Series title. Wonderful performance, and I strongly suspect, though this is unofficial, they will indeed go back to world #1 position when the rankings are run next Thursday.
mixed doubles victory ceremony.
So to the prize presentation for the mixed doubles. '28th career final today for Zhu Chen and Ma Jin.
With great pleasure,
And it'll be the
we
18th
now
time
invite
that
Yang
they've
Berbahagia,
had to settle for
Tan Sri
second best.
IR Dr. Muhammad Al-Amin Abdul Majid, Deputy President Badminton Association Malaysia, Madam Geraldine Brown, Vice President World Badminton Federation and President Badminton Australia, and Encik Muhammad Rafiq Marikan, Group Chief Financial Controller of Maybank, to present the prizes to the winners.
Mixed doubles Maybank Malaysia Open, part of MetLife BWF World Super Series Premier 2015. Runners-up from China, Chen and Ma Jin.
Well, for Zhu Chen and Ma Jin in their third Malaysia Open final, for a second time have to settle for second best. So often just one win shy of the title. Olympic silver medalist, twice World Championship silver medalist. And here today at the Maybank Malaysia Open. Once again beaten by their teammates. 10th time these two pairs met in a final of a major international competition.
Mixed doubles Maybank Malaysia Open, part of MetLife BWF World Super Series Premier 2015. Champions from China, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei.
Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei today win a 30th career title together. That is an extraordinary statistic. They only formed their partnership late in the year of 2009. The 23rd Super Series title. Super Series only came into existence in 2007.
Champions will receive the prize money of USD
It is a very handsome check for the Premier Super Series here. Second of the Premier Super Series this year. Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei have won them both. So our next final, as you can see, features the reigning world champion Chen against the reigning Olympic champion Lin Dan. It will be the first time since the Super Series did come into existence that China has won the men's singles title here at the Malaysia Open. After that, we'll have a similar situation with an Olympic champion against a world champion. Olympic champion Li Shuirui against the world champion Carolina Marin of Spain. And then we'll finish with the men's doubles with the world number ones Lee Yongdae and Yu Yang Sung up against the former world champions Mohammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan.